There's a little trash talk last night with the Warriors-Clippers game. We're just going to segue to that. I'm not sure we learned anything new about either team last night. This was the 7th straight time Golden State beat the Clips. This time, they didn't even have to shoot well to do it. Steph was 0 for 8 from 3. KD was held to 16 on 5 of 17 shooting. They still won. I mean, Tracy, did you learn anything? You were in that building last night. Did you learn anything from that game?
No, I've been telling y'all for the last couple years, this roster, Golden State sets the bar. Like, that's who you're eyeing, right, in the Western Conference. This team doesn't match up well against them. You have 3 non-shooters in your starting lineup. That's Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and Mute. You cannot play these guys against Golden State because they're non-factors. Who's going to do the scoring against these guys? You're sitting here trying to trade twos, while these guys are out here knocking down threes, and their mental toughness wasn't there last night. Blake played, he didn't play smart basketball. I think he bailed when KD was on him defensively. You got to take advantage of that. You got to exploit that. That's what Golden State does so well. They exploit matchups throughout the game. Blake didn't do that last night. He was bailing out when KD was on him. You got to.
And when I look at him too, I kind of say the same thing because when you look at the Clippers, I mean, with their roster, they got to play smash mouth basketball, kind of how we played in Detroit. Last night they were too busy trying to play like Golden State.
Right.
And I look at Blake Griffin. He's shooting way too many jump shots. And like Max says, if he goes and says, hey, I'm going to protect the paint, I'm going to dominate the paint, I'm going to force Golden State to make an adjustment on the opposite end and play a bigger lineup for them to compete with them. But right now they're trying to play like Golden State, and they can't beat them playing that way.
I mean, Tracy, you said that mentally Blake wasn't where you wanted him to be. You, Mr. Team Leader, if you were in that locker room, what would you pull aside Blake, and what would you say? Because he's obviously the talent. All the pieces are right there for him to play the way you guys want him to.
Didn't you try when you played there?
Well, it's funny because you can see why me and this guy is so tight. Everything he just said, I would demand that Blake Griffin, no, you catch it on the block and you go to work on the block.
Right.
You got KD guarding you who's long, but there's nothing he can do with you down there. Even with Draymond, face him up, make a play. I'm not going to let you take those jump shots early in the games. I'm not passing it to you out there.
Right.
Listen.
So that's what I would do as a point guard. And once he does that, then we can open it up a little bit.
Somebody has to be demanding on that team. They beat you 6 straight times. Who's going to put their foot down and say enough is enough?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because there is someone who started to do that last night. Just maybe not who you would expect. Former Warrior, current Clippers center Mo Spates. Here's what he told the Orange County Register when asked what the Clippers can do to reach the next level. Quote, "First, we need to start really just leaving the refs alone. Guys just got to sacrifice, do some other things than scoring, do some other things than your personal goals. Just try something new. They've been doing it here for 4 or 5 years, and it hasn't been working. So it is time to try something new."
Well said. Well,
love his voice.
Right?
I think because they need a different voice in that locker room.
Well, see, here's the
But
problem, though.
he just got there.
I like it, though. He got a championship.
He told the
Your
truth.
best player.
And as Rip said, when you win a championship, you have enough equity to say things like that.
Yeah?
Yes.
The issue is this. You need your best players to be saying
Absolutely.
that.
Right. Well, that's my point. Like, this
your
is
best
Mo
players to be
Bucket
saying
saying that versus CP or Blake.
We never thought Mo would be coming to L.A. to be a leader.
He has some
in the
cachet
locker room.
because of what he's
That's an issue.
accomplished.
Right.
He has the cachet, but I would love for Blake, for CP, I want to hear those voices.
Correct.
And see, I like it from him, too, because on a simple fact, Blake and CP has been a leader of that team for so many years. So any opportunity you got for another guy to come in and have a voice in that locker room, sometimes when you hear the same voice over and over, guys
Like
continue to block it
eyes.
out, you know. So
Right,
now for
that's
him
interesting.
Like the roll of the eyes.
to come in and have a voice, and he just has success over there, and now he get an opportunity to play against the team that he won a championship with, and they go out and lay an egg. Oh my goodness, something's got to change.
No, maybe start to listen
I'm
more.
sorry, but I mean, whatever they do, they can't be Golden.
They can't.
They should just go home, Tracy. Thanks. You never know. We take a quick break, but there's a lot more to come on The Jump. Is it time for Melo and Phil to go their separate ways? We will discuss. Plus, was the Cavs playing the water bottle challenge during their blowout of the Knicks disrespectful? The guys will weigh in next. This was
The Jump is presented by Dewar's, the world's most awarded blended Scotch whiskey. Live true. Drink responsibly. Welcome back to The Jump. presented by Doers.
Fan, I'm not getting Damian Lillard upset, first of all, and they're not even right.
Well, you know what that tells me is they don't have any hip-hop fans in the Bucks crowd because this dude's nice.
Right?
What that tells me is they downloaded his music and listened to it.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me.
Wait for it.
He's a dope, passionate rapper.
Right?
Man. He really knows how to rap.
He's for real.
He might be the best.
He's a professional.
We had
Might
Ice
be.
Cube.
He's definitely
Well, certainly in the
basketball.
NBA. We had Ice Cube on the show, and he gave him the
No, I
blessing.
co-sign.
Dope.
It was good.
He's nice.
I don't know. You got to come up with a new chant there. All right, let's turn our attention to the game I went to last night in New York City. The Cavs, well, they went into MSG and completely dominated the Knicks. The game got so out of hand, Cavaliers players decided to attempt the water bottle challenge on the bench, where you try to flip it over and all that stuff. This was in front of everyone during play. Kyrie, he talked about it after the game.
Man, the water bottle is just like, if you land it, you're just like a legend. So I was just trying to follow in the kids' footsteps and really just, put my mark on the water bottle challenge, man. Oh, man, it was awesome.
Oh, man, I love this.
Good. Trace,
I
we're
love
going into this
this.
game talking about Phil and LeBron, and LeBron's
Look here, man.
McGrady.
LeBron and his posse over there
exactly.
chilling in the fourth quarter while
That was hilarious.
they being very disrespectful, but it was good. I mean, Phil disrespected him, so that's the way to rub it in his face.
Absolutely.
They chilling
Why
on the
not?
bench playing water bottle challenge while the game's still going on. How disrespectful can you be?
I was just
On
playing.
purpose.
I was just playing that game with my kids, but the only difference is I'm retired and I'm looking out at palm trees.
Well,
in the water.
listen, they needed something to do in the fourth quarter.
They certainly weren't
It
having
wasn't no
played
basketball
No,
played.
they were extremely bored during the
Right?
game.
There wasn't no hoops to be played, so hey.
And we've seen LeBron do this before, right? The dancing in Chicago and all that.
I loved it because everybody was expecting
Oh,
LeBron
yeah.
to say something. So he came out here and just did his little antics on the sideline.
Well, he said something, just not verbally.
But pretty much telling Phil, like, hey, you know what? We cool over here. You need to worry about your side.
I want
and
to
the
bring
other
this
side.
LeBron back. Can you
That
imagine if he was
was
doing this today as a 32-year-old?
He spoke a lot of words last night.
Right?
Right? Without having to say anything.
Yes.
All right, there's a more serious angle to the game last night, and it's what's going on with your guy, Carmelo Anthony. 2 nights ago, the man dropped 35 points to extend his team to a 4-game winning streak. And the same night, Phil Jackson goes on television and says Melo holds the ball too long.
Come on,
So then
Phil.
last night, he responds with an 8-point performance on only 9 shot attempts. That's not like him. And he was visibly frustrated afterward when he was asked about what Phil said. I mean, Chauncey, what do you think? Does Melo have to get out from under Phil? Is it time for these guys to separate? What's going on?
First of all, you can't tell me that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant didn't hold the ball 4 or 5 seconds in the shot clock. Sometimes you earn that right.
I know.
You earn that right. Secondly, if it working in New York means they're going to contend for a championship, it's never going to work there.
Right.
It's not going to work with Melo and Phil Jackson and that triangle. It's not going to work. It's just that simple.
Look, Melo knows, what he's up against. He had the opportunity to sign with who? Chicago, right? So, I mean, you got to take this all in. This what comes with, being under Phil Jackson. So this what happens.
And in order for that to work, Phil has to come down and coach that team.
Well, that's not going to happen at this.
That's the only way.
That's the only way.
They don't have the personnel. I don't care if he comes
Phil
down.
coaches that team and they're running the triangle. That thing is dated, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you got to score. You got to shoot the three. You got to
Yeah.
score a lot of points in today's game. That's
But
over
I just
with.
think from a respect factor, with Phil being up there in the office and he's making his little comments down to Melo, Melo's not going to listen. A lot of us as players, regardless, we had Joe Dumars. We didn't agree everything that Joe said from up top.
Right.
We listened to Larry Brown because Larry Brown was the coach on the court. He was on the bench. He's the one that's in the foxhole with
Yeah,
you.
but no matter who's telling him, Melo's not changing. We're what, 14 years
That's
into
his
Melo's
game.
career? We know the game Melo plays, and you build around that instead of trying to fit him into something else.
It's hard to try to change a guy that's been playing that way for 13, 14
And is
years.
still such a good talent. Why waste him doing something you shouldn't have him be doing?
Yeah,
Or
okay,
making
waste
fun of
him.
him on television? I don't know. Chris Paul appeared on the Open Run podcast and was asked if he'd ever try to join forces with his BFFs LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And Chris responded, quote, "Anything is possible. definitely anything is possible. You see them here on the boat, having some nice wine. Rip, would you like to see the Banana Boat crew here play together?
Well, I do. Just from the simple fact that I love that the players are taking over the league.
Yeah.
If you think about it, back in the day, it used to be the GMs and the presidents of teams making all the decisions. Then it went to the agents, pretty much putting up super teams or whatever, placing guys on where they want to go to.
Come out.
But from a player standpoint,
Take a full. Don't take a 20. Hold on. Take a full time.
I love it.
Take a full. Don't take a 20, man. Get them,
saying
man.
you will love to see these 4 guys team up.
I would love. I mean, you went to go to Orlando and play with Grant Hill.
Matt, get
I
him.
wasn't an all-star.
That was the same thing.
I wasn't an all-star.
You won All-Star then?
No.
You was on the verge of All-Star.
No, I wasn't.
You were still top 5 player in the league.
You talking about Hall of Famers right here, bro.
Well, Mac, you were still top 5 player in the league, though, Mac.
Not the time I went to join. No, dude, I was only on my 3rd year.
I don't
Come
wanna
on,
see
It's the
man.
reason why they gave you Mac's money, Mac.
How come,
I
Charles?
don't want to see these
start.
guys. Listen, I don't want to see these guys play together. For one, their games don't match.
Right.
CP needs the ball for 20 seconds in the shot clock.
USA basketball.
So does LeBron.
They did it for USA basketball.
Yeah, it's easy to sacrifice during USA
You're
basketball.
destroying the league with this.
The league is already destroyed with everybody doing what they're
Look,
doing.
let's be
Pretty much. Come on, man.
Let's be honest. If and when these guys all got together, it is not right now. We are talking about a couple years down the road, a time when everyone's sort of at the end of their career. I don't even think that they would think if they got together, they would be championship contenders. They would go out, have fun, get to play with their best
I don't see
friends, and
LeBron
make a little
slowing down,
noise.
though, right now.
If that
Still
I mean, the man is eventually right?
I don't see him slowing
He's
down.
like Benjamin Button.
I understand.
He's really like
I'll say
But
this.
he will turn 36. He will turn 37. I mean, there is a time these
I
guys
don't know
will
if
be
he
like,
will.
I don't even-
I think he already 36.
If that team
might
got
be
together, I'm
40
say this
right
right now. The Warriors will beat that team right now.
Right, that's my point.
You can put all them together right now, the Warriors still beat them.
So I think when they are talking about doing this, it is not necessarily as a super team that would break the league. It is to have
I just
some
don't
fun.
wanna see it,
Fans
man.
would like
No,
it, except for you.
Oh, that's a great ticket. It's a great
Right,
ticket.
come
awesome
on.
ticket.
Great
I'll pay for
ticket.
that. We still have more to come on the jump, but first we do have to do our distant replay. This is all the way back on this date in 2000 with a young Baron Davis. Friend of the program.
Got it on the ground, and it still made it. Davis the draw.
Okay, boy.
Baron Davis.
A lot of people forget about Baron, man. He was a problem.
Here's the problem.
That boy was so
I'm
cold.
happy you showed that because most kids, they don't know
They
who
don't
Baron
know.
Davis is, man. Baron Davis was one of the best.
Beast.
Yes.
It's a make or miss league. It's a make or miss league.
Make or miss. It's a make or miss. Make or miss.
It's a make or miss. It's a make or miss league.
Make optimism. Get a load of this pregame routine. Justin Anderson, Dwight Powell. The Mavs, by the way, went on to lose by 30 at home to the Kings
See,
after this.
that's why they're the sorriest team in the league. That right there.
Absolutely.
They're too busy trying to get their pregame dance together.
He should have punched it in the stomach for real for that.
Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. Are we in high school AAU or we in the NBA?
You can do it if
Come on,
you're
Rick
Russell
Carlisle.
Westbrook and Kevin
Come on,
James.
Coach
Then you don't
Carlisle.
do that. Miss fundamentals. Cavs Nick shoved by himself on the break, and it doesn't quite happen. Then you think he hurt his hand there? Or he was just kind of
He
covering
hurt
up
his
for.
feelings.
Yes,
He hurt
he
his
did.
feelings right there. He hurt his
He
own
waited to
feelings.
redeem himself to get another dunk. That's why he started cherry picking, I think.
Oh,
All right, make handles. Lakers Rockets. Chauncey's guy Eric Gordon makes Larry Nance Jr. dance on the perimeter.
Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights. Oh, hey, okay, EG.
Right? You like the resurgence here?
I like it. He's finally balling. He's
That's
finally
his young
healthy.
protege right there.
His
He's
health
Playing
right
summer
there.
league basketball.
Chauncey been talking about this kid for a long
I
time.
love EG, baby.
We got to get back to the top of the show, and now we're talking about Rasheed Wallace's New Year's Eve party. Nothing? You can't
Trying to
give me
get
nothing?
something out of these guys, huh,
Come
Rachel?
on. I'm a reporter.
When the show's
I
off,
wanna get some
I'll
information.
tell you a lot more about it.
Just know there was no dress
That's
code
not
there.
for TV,
There was
man.
no dress code.
There's no dress code for the girls that were sitting there as well. That's what I'm getting from that. Thank you very much
Yes.
for being here today. We will
Absolutely.
see you back tomorrow. Chalk, I love
Always
the
a
reunion
pleasure.
here. T-Mac. We will be back tomorrow on The Jump. Join us then. All right.
Yay.